y'all, welcome to my channel. For today I have another wig video for you guys. I've never done my hair like this before, but babes, I'm going on vacation in 2 more days and I definitely wanted to give tropical mermaid siren type of vibe, kind of like the Little Mermaid Halle Bailey's version, but instead of doing a full head of locks with curls in it, I decided to do a wig with a few locks in it. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys are interested in seeing more wig content from me, let me know. I will definitely provide because babes, I love doing hair. But stay tuned if you guys are interested to see how I did this wig. With this wig, I had to do minimal work, so everything that you guys see in the video is exactly what I did. I didn't even have to pluck this wig. The only thing that I did was I tinted it and I put a little bit of wax on it and I hot combed it, and that's really pretty much it. I didn't need to do anything major to the wig because this wig is very beginner friendly. So if you are new to wigs, this is very beginner friendly. I ended up spraying the wig with some water and mousse, and I let the wig set for the rest of that time. I didn't touch it. I let it sit like that for a few days. I ended up putting a fishnet over it because this hair is curly. I did not want it to get frizzy or anything like that, so I let it sit for a little bit and it stayed like that for a few days up until I was ready to do the install. Fast forward a few days later, I took my hair, washed it and blow dried it, and then I ended up braiding it down with my little bow wow braids, and then I slapped my HD wig cap on, and I'm using my eyebrow razor to cut ear holes, and then I will be spraying 2 layers of that got to be spray over the perimeter of my forehead and blow drying twice in between. I'm showing you guys I'm using HD cap. HD caps are much more better than just regular wig caps because it's a lot more thinner, but I'm going with my got to be, doing 2 layers, blow drying in between thoroughly. Now I'm just taking my eyebrow razor and I'm just cutting any of the excess wig cap that I don't need. Be careful not to cut yourself because I did kind of nip myself in the forehead a little bit. But now I'm going to take my foundation and I'm going to color any part of the wig cap that might show under the lace, and then I take the back and I just tie it because that part is always loose after you cut it. Now I'm taking my got to be and I'm just melting the wig cap just so that way it lays much more flat, because after I cut it there was like frizzy pieces, and I just blow dry that down just so that way it's not sticking up or, you know, showing underneath my lace. Here's the wig after I put the water and mousse in it. I let it sit for a few days, and I'm going to take it off the mannequin and put it on my head. And I'm just taking my eyebrow razor and I'm cutting a few tabs so that way it's easier for me to glue and apply the wig. I find this a little bit more easier than just gluing the whole frontal piece down. It just makes it easier. But I put my first layer of glue and I'm just blow drying thoroughly. This glue turns clear very, very fast. It was literally only 5 seconds, but I ended up doing 2 layers just to make sure that my wig is secure. And babe, it is secure. Now I'm gluing down the tabs. I decided to glue the 2 front tabs down first, and then I did the sides on camera. It was hard for me to do the front ones on camera, so I had to go off camera with that. But I'm taking my wig band, pulling my edges down so that way they don't get stuck in the glue, and I'm gonna tie my lace down and let it sit for a little bit. Trust the process, y'all, because I know I look crazy right now, but I took a few pieces of the wig and I decided to braid it down, and I'm gonna lock it up using this curly pack of hair. Okay, so yes, I still haven't cut the lace yet, but I wanted to go in and add a few locks. I know, you know, right now I might look a little bit crazy, but trust the process. Trust me. This is my first time doing something like this where I've done locks and a full-on wig with locks in it. I've done braids with the curls in it and locks with the curls in it, like bohemian locks or bohemian braids, but I never done a full-on wig with locks in it. It's not all like it's not all like bunched up together. They're actually like spread out, but I just have it right here so that way I know where they're at, you know. And then these are the few remaining braids that I have to lock up, and I will do that and I will show you guys exactly how I do it. I just wanted to get this out the way so that way I don't have to worry about it. But I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit how I did it, and then I'm gonna put some accessories in and, you know, wet the hair and curl it up and cut the lace, obviously, because the lace is still sitting on my head. Do the edges, do all that. So y'all, don't worry, I got y'all. Doing locks is very easy. It just depends on the kind of hair that you're using. Normally I would use pre-stretched hair, but all I had was this curly hair and it was silky, so it kept sliding off. But what you're gonna do is just take the piece of hair and wrap it around the braid. You kind of want to wrap a little bit tight. If you're using pre-stretched hair, you can wrap loosely, but because I'm using curly hair made for like the curls that you would put in your bohemian braids or locks, it's much more silkier. But once you get to like the end of like your wrapping, you're gonna wrap back up the way how I did and palm roll it. I hope that you guys get the gist of it. But once I finish that little piece, I'm going to take another piece of hair and wrap it right under the little piece of lock that I started. So I'm just gonna keep wrapping and wrapping all the way down. And once I get to like the end of like the hair that's being wrapped, I'm going to wrap up instead of wrapping down, because that just helps to solidify the lock in place. If you get it, you get it. I took my third piece of hair to wrap down, and then as I'm wrapping, I'm going to take a curly piece and I'm going to put that in between. And one end I am going to wrap alongside with the rest of the hair and wrap it all the way down, while the other side is going to stick out and be the curl. You'll see, if because I feel like I'm not really explaining this the best way, but you'll see what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so now that I'm at the ends, I'm going to take the two hairs and I'm going to split it. Like at the end of the lock, I'm going to take two hairs, I'm going to split it. And I'm going to wrap one piece around that other end. I'm going to wrap it around it. You can see what I'm doing, y'all. If you get it, you get it. I'm sorry. I'm not the best at explaining things. But after that, I had to burn it because this hair would not stay in place. So I had to burn the ends. But there's a curl that I was talking about sticking out. And I did this a few times with the rest of the hair that I had left. And this is just another lock that I had already started, and I'm just going to show you guys how I wrapped it down. I wanted to at least give you guys a little bit of insight as to how I do my locks, because there have been times where I do locks, and then this is me adding in a curl piece, my bad. But like I was saying, there have been a few times where I've done locks, and you know, people have asked me, how do you do them? So I wanted to give you guys the representation of how I wrap them. If you're gonna do locks, I would definitely suggest to use pre-stretched hair, just because the hair that I'm using, it's meant for the curls in your bohemian locks or braids. It's not necessarily meant to do locks itself on its own. You can do it the way how I did it, but I had to go in and like comb the hair out, so that way it loses its curl pattern and it becomes more frizzy. Also, at the end of the locks, I had to burn it to keep it in place because the hair was too silky. So to save you the trouble of what I did today, just use pre-stretched hair. Okay, so now I'm finally cutting the lace after having this thing on my head for so long. You can see that I'm cutting the lace, but I'm removing the baby hairs out the way, just because I do like the baby hairs that is on this wig. I don't want to cut them off, so I'm just cutting the lace. I'm not cutting the baby hairs that come with the lace, because I do like it. I am going to glue that little piece down that's lifting up, and I'm also going to cut this extra piece of lace because I do not need that. You want to cut off as much lace as possible to make it look like scalp. I had to cut the other side off camera because I'm not that articulate. And yes, like I said, I do like the edges that came with this wig, but it was too thin, so I parted another layer over and I decided to trim it down. And I'm going to take my flat iron and I'm going to curl the edges up because I like the fluffy edges look, especially with this kind of curly hair. I try to go for more natural looking edges rather than like sleeked and slicked down. I like when they look fluffy. Don't worry, I did glue that piece down because that part was irritating me too. But now I'm going to take my wax stick and I'm going to go over the wig again just to make sure that it's flat and, you know, it sits the way how I want it to sit on my head. Even though I already did this a few days prior on the mannequin, I want it to be customized to my head shape. And I'm just going in with my hot comb and I'm just flattening it down just so that way there's no humps, lumps, or bumps. No, y'all see that curl pattern the minute I put the mousse in this hair. I love this hair so much. I think this is probably one of my favorite wigs that I've done. But yes, I'm going to more mousse and some water just to define the curls. It's so cute, y'all. I love this hair so much. And now it's time for the accessories. I didn't record me putting them on because you just put them on. I feel like I didn't need to record that part, but it came out so cute. And just for some last minute accessories, I added these sun charms. I have a yellow one here and I also put a purple one right here. I think it looks really cute. I wish I had more to throw up in these locks because I want my hair to get very mystical and mermaid like. But I like it, it's cute. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please let me know down below if you guys are interested in more wig content. I'm sure I will be happy to provide it. Also, make sure you follow me on my socials. I will leave them on the side of me right here. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll see you guys in my next one. Mwah.